The other day I was giving a lesson to a student who happens to use one of my rackets. He uses the Avery M5 Power. And about halfway through the lesson, he popped a string and he went to his bag to get another racket. The only thing he had in there was another brand, and it happened to be a lightweight. So he took that racket out, we hit for another 10 minutes, and he made a very interesting comment. And here's what he said, I quote, "Wow, what a difference. This racket," talking about the lightweight that he just picked up, "just does not plow through the contact point, and the ball feels heavy on my strings. I could never play with a lightweight again." So that's what happens, I mean, once you've played with a racket that has enough weight. When you experience that plow through that that racket gives you, you'd never go back to a lightweight racket again. See, using a racket that doesn't have enough weight creates a twofold problem. Number one, when racket and ball collide. Now, a tennis ball weighs 57 grams. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it's coming at you from anywhere from 50 to 60 miles an hour to 150. So when that ball collides with your strings, if you don't have enough weight, your racket is going to slow down. What's the result of the racket slowing down? Well, your shot is going to land shorter, not have as much pace, not have as much spin. That's the first problem. The second problem is when the racket slows down, it's bending back, it's not absorbing the shock of this collision that's happening here. So where is the shock going? It's going to your wrist, to your elbow, to your shoulder. You ever notice how many players today are using wristbands, elbow bands? The number one cause of that is lightweight rackets. So even though that tennis ball may not seem heavy at 57 grams, as my student commented, it sure feels heavy when you've been used to playing with a racket that has weight, that's for sure. So when you know what excellent plow through feels like, in other words, once you play with a light racket, again, I mean, then you pick up a light racket, you're not going to like that feel at all, because the heavy racket just plows through the contact area. It's a very comfortable feel. It gives you good feel. And again, you don't lose your pace and you don't damage your arm. So anyway, I've been involved in tennis for over 35 years. And I've seen many rackets come and go. And what is it that determines a solid performer as far as rackets? It's not necessarily O-holes or nanotechnology or any other marketing hype. It's determined by its performance. The three models of the Avery rackets are solid performers. They give you excellent plow through and arm protection. They even have an added benefit of helping you to become a little more consistent, because you don't have to swing as fast with a racket that has a little weight. So if you're a little off on a particular day, you can slow your swing down a little, and you're still going to maintain the same pace because you've got the heavier racket now. So remember that, because slowing your swing down sometimes is what you need to do to bring your consistency level back up. So if you have a racket that's got some weight and you're swinging just a little slower than you normally would, you're still going to have decent depth, pace, and spin. So I've got a special going right now. if you buy an Avery racket, you'll get a 60-day guaranteed 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you're not totally happy with the racket, just send it back and you'll get a full refund of the racket price, minus the shipping. No questions asked. That's how confident I am really of these rackets. They're just solid performers, and I think that more players should be playing with them because they don't realize they're buying a lot of marketing hype when they could have a nice solid racket in their hands. Now here are my recommendations on the rackets. The M3 Control is one for the purists, okay? It offers excellent control. It's a classic player's racket and feel. This racket, in my opinion, is for big hitters looking more for control. So if you take a big swing at the ball, this is the racket you do well with, the Avery M3 Control. But you have to be able to generate all the power, because the Avery M3 Control is very head light. It still weighs 12.5 ounces, but it's head light, so very easy to maneuver, but you have to generate the power. On the other hand, the Avery M3 Power is a hefty player's frame with a high swing weight, places a lot of mass behind the ball, offers excellent stability on volleys, comfort, and control, and this racket has some pop. If control is not an issue and you want more power, this is your frame. More kick on your topspin serves, more bite on your slice backhands. That's the racket for you if you're looking for that. The Avery M5 is a classic oversized player's racket. It offers a high level of control with the added benefit of it's a little more forgiving, but because it's a little bit oversized, it's a 107. And if you're an older player and you've lost some power over the years, the M5 is a good choice. The larger string bed, it gives you more of a trampoline effect, it offers more power, but it's still easy to maneuver, and it has excellent arm protection. Okay, the stringing options for the rackets. If you're not sure which string would suit you best, here are my recommendations. If you have no arm problems, the Genesis Typhoon is an excellent string. Pinpoint accuracy, it maintains its tension, it's a softer poly, plays fantastic. And on the site, I've got an option there, it starts at 40 pounds. It goes 40 to 65 recommended for the M5 and 40 to 60 recommended for the M3 Control or the M3 Power. Believe me, you can go as low as 40 pounds. The string plays great at that tension. If you've had arm issues, or just like a real soft gut-like feel, the Genesis Explosion is as close to natural gut as you can get without the price. Now, if you're not sure of what racket would suit you best, give me a call. My numbers are, my office number, 239-592-5920. My cell number, 239-273-9204. And I can advise you, just tell me a little bit about your game and which racket would suit you best. So, this is a good time, 100% satisfaction, guaranteed. 60 days, you got 60 days. If you don't like the racket, just send it back and you get a full refund, no questions asked. All the best and happy hitting. Hope to hear from you.